Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Waiting another second for everyone to come in. Good evening, good night, good morning. Greetings. I have paint on my hands. I've been painting and still getting things situated in my new locale. I'm officially moved. I'm actually filming in my garage right now. I was supposed to go live earlier today, but I had so much running around to do that I didn't get a chance to. And I said I was just gonna uh, save this for tomorrow. It might need to do a part two, maybe. I think, because I'm a bit like winding down now, but I wanted to address some things before I went to bed. Thank you for the well wishes. I wanted to address some things before I went to bed about this situation with Dr. Dre's wife. And I did a post about her, was it yesterday? For those of you who are here for the first time, I am Salikis Ray. I'm an artist, an author, a poet, a relationship expert, not a level up coach, right? It's a clear distinction. I want to be distinct and precise. When I say relationship expert, I talk about what to avoid more so than, I wouldn't say waste time, but utilize it. I don't utilize this platform on how, as far as how to's on how to get a man. I feel like through deductive reasoning, if you deduce, whatever's left is what you go after. And that's really my modality in teaching, consulting, and coaching. I'm a life coach as well. So everything I do here is about healing. And I'm also the ambassador and the founder of the Ugly Girls Club. What is the Ugly Girls Club? It's a small group of women. It's a coalition of women that have chosen to divest from the status quo, from feeling pressure to fit in, from feeling pressure to level up and to compete with other women who are supposedly the standard of beauty. It's just no point. We understand. In me creating this club, a lot of you now understand there's no point in competing. He either likes you or he doesn't. He either loves you or he doesn't. He's either interested in you or he's not. There really isn't a gray area. So I created this platform just to get you to acclimated to the fundamentals and really how to think without feeling desperate and insecure and questioning your worth and your value because you're the skin suit that you're in, everyone says is inadequate. I want you to separate yourself from that. I tell you all the time that it's a trap. It is a trap. If you wait for someone to approve of your physicality, do you understand that they hold the power to define who you are? If they can name you, then they define who you are. Just like God told Adam to name all the animals on the earth and he had dominion over them. If someone has the power to name you, then they own you. You're like a dog. You're like a dog on a leash. We have to separate ourselves. And a lot of you, I deal with a lot of people, a lot of y'all savvy women don't get this concept. You think I'm trying to get you acclimated to diminishing your worth and all this kind of stuff. And, I laugh at all of that. I laugh at all of that because here we are. Here we are on the subject of Dr. Dre's wife. And all I said was, if this woman has been with this man for 25 years or 24 years, whatever it is, she's entitled to compensation for that. She's entitled to whatever 25 years with a man is worth. And if that's half of his money, if that's 400 million, so be it. I never said, I can't claim to say she was a good woman throughout. I don't know if she maybe had infidelity episodes within the 25 years. I don't know. I don't know. But if you're with somebody for 25 years, you're entitled. You're entitled to compensation. You're entitled to compensation. So when I said that, I didn't expect a lot of the comments came back concerning how she looked. And I'm like, are y'all supposed to be UGC? She looks like a man. She looks like a tranny. She has a thick neck, strong face, masculine build. She looks like a dude. Our brothers always take the bottom of the barrel from every other category, and they don't consider us, but they consider trashy women from other races and all that. So this was the feedback I got, was basically a lot of y'all were saying that she was unattractive. I'm like, where were y'all 10 years ago, 15 years? This woman's been married to this man for 25 years. Nobody had anything to say until she filed for a divorce. And when she filed for a divorce, now all of y'all, not all of you, but a lot of you are weighing in on what she's entitled to because she, quote unquote, looks like a man. When are we going to learn that, this thing called, we dissing other women, and y'all know how it feels to be rejected because of how you look? Arguably, y'all come and tell me, all the dudes say, most black women are masculine to begin with. So, I don't know. Is this a tit for tat thing? Does calling her a possible man, increase your status? Are you elevated in any kind of way? Does it elevate you? The woman's entitled to half, or whatever the lawyers say. Janet Jackson twirled around in a hijab for 5 years and got $400 million. And I would argue that about the sincerity and the validity of that relationship. But she did a moonwalk in a hijab for 5 years and walked away with $400 million. What was her vagina worth that? I don't know. I don't have a $400 million vagina. I know I don't. So I can speculate and pontificate and, ponder and all that kind of stuff, what I think she should have got, but it's not going to increase me at the end of the day. But it was just, I'm like, what's really good? So Dr. Dre, of course, rumors of his sexuality has come up because of this, and a lot I heard or read a lot of you saying that he picked this woman in particular because she looks like a man and he really likes men. And I'm like, wow. So what kind of feminist are you? Y'all part-time feminists? Y'all conditional feminists? Power to women if they look a certain way. Women can assert their autonomy, their sovereignty Only if they look a certain way. She's only entitled to half if she was cute enough. If she was cute enough, then she deserves half. You ladies do the same thing you accuse men of doing and then cry foul. You cry unfair. You know, these men, you know, they're colorists and they're this and that and they don't like us. And when every chance we get, we're quantifying and disqualifying and, you know, sizing up based on how another woman looks. Every chance we get. A lot of y'all decided to speak for other women. You claim you didn't have a problem with it, but you could understand why other women were angry about it. Angry about what? Someone said she was a thought or a groupie or something. She was with a basketball player before she married Dre, so you know she was always in it for the bag. 25 years. I have to argue that. You know, you secure a bag, you have a baby or two, and you secure a coin that way, then you get on. If it was about a bag, if it was solely about a bag, she could have had that 10 years ago, 15 years ago. She could have secured her little pension plan, her little insurance policy on that relationship 10 or 15 years ago. She didn't have to huff it out 24 years and 25 years for a bag. Only. I'm saying air quotes only. Just for a come up. Just for a come up. I am not defending anything here other than her right to get compensated for whatever the irreconcilable differences mean. Because they, like I said in the post, it could be anything from him snorting cocaine to fucking their family dog. I don't know what irreconcilable differences can mean anything. He might have been beating her physically like he did Michelle. I don't know. We don't know that. But the fact that it became she's unattractive, that kind of jab. We back on that? We back on that? When are we gonna learn? You know, when are we gonna learn? So it was disappointing. Yeah, I gotta be honest. I'm like, ooh, this couple of y'all ain't as sharp as I thought. Real disappointing. Like you're really not. You're not grasping this thing. You're not submerging yourself in this thing right here enough. You're still caught up in trying to compete by insulting women that are out of your league. What do you get out of insulting someone that's clearly out of you're not in her category. You're not in her category. You know, we can argue that all day, of the fairness of that all day long. But it'd be useless. Because I told y'all social hierarchy is fixed. I also told you that it's bullshit, but it's fixed. So when you berate and try to clown and discredit and diminish other women who are above you in social currency, it doesn't do anything at the end of the day. She'll divorce him and get with another baller before the ink dries. Before the ink dries. Let me see here what's going on here. Do I need... Some of us are still fencing UGC. Absolutely. Absolutely. I said it before. I see y'all on those other channels. I see what y'all comment. I see what y'all say. I see what you co-sign. And I'm like, okay. Okay. Seems whenever a woman has strong features, it's bad. People are so annoying. I mean, yes. Yes. And I'm like, strong meaning this thing called femininity, boy. Y'all are being duped. A lot of y'all still getting duped by that. A lot of y'all still getting duped by this this trying to chase this femininity narrative that you can't fit in. That you don't fit in. And you don't realize you're on the outside. You're on the outside, dissing people from outside the circle. You're not even invited in, and you're clowning people. You're not even in the club. Why you have time to clown people? I don't get it. I don't get it. When you're not even invited in, you're not even invited in. They said Michelle Obama is a tranny. They said Angela Bassett is a tranny. They said Serena Williams is a tranny. You know, born a man, strong features. I'm like, we talking about that? When our phenotypes to begin with, most black women are categorized as strong features. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Thank you, Kidano. I'm digging my new environment too. It's natural to want to fit in. We head to the outskirts when we are pushed to the limit. They feel like clowning other women will get them male attention. Is that what it is, V? It's an attempt to get male. What are you trying to do? Shame men into wanting you? How many times do I have to tell y'all, UGC, that this thing called status is held together by emotions, and that when you get into like these clowning sessions and you're angry and all that, you become a participant in pushing yourself down the ladder, down the totem pole, whatever you want to call it, by being angry, by throwing insults and getting all heated and debates and all that kind of stuff that you do. You justify, you create the justification that other people have in or substantiate whatever claim someone else has of being better than you. You substantiate it. When you get angry, berate, insult, and all this, hurling and whatever you do, you don't get anywhere. You don't get anywhere. You get nowhere. I don't know how many times I gotta say. I guess I gotta say it forever, so that you'll understand, what this thing is. The social totem pole is held together by your complaints, by your anger and your frustration. What do I tell you, UGC? You can't shame anybody into respecting you. You can't shame anybody into considering you. That's not a tactic. But y'all repeatedly go for that. And it's not a tactic. The only thing they call you after you finish ranting about who doesn't want you, the only thing they call you is crazy. The only thing they do, you get their attention and they go, oh, look at that lunatic over there. She needs to be in a goddamn circus. In a circus. Today you insult another woman. Tomorrow, when you're not in the room, others are insulting you. Bingo. Bingo. Y'all got so much to say. Y'all have so much to say about the way this woman looks. And I'm like, if you take inventory, and I always say that, you take inventory of all the men you slept with, most of them didn't like the way you looked. Most of them didn't like you. You were a train stop on a way to the girl's house he wanted to see. And we got jokes about the way somebody looks. I don't get it. Kevin Samuels' live stream's been so interesting. Y'all like Kevin Samuels' live stream? It feeds into our stereotype, mad black woman, bitter black woman. Yeah, and we have to get away from that. We have to get away from that. It doesn't empower us. It doesn't empower us. Not when you on the outside. You make yourself a target for pity. When you get upset, all you do is make yourself a target for pity. And I told y'all all about that. Pity is useless. Pity is valueless. Pity is not an act of care. It doesn't mean that someone cares about you. They're observing your pain. That's really what pity is. Someone observing, like, oh, you're hurt. Aw. I mean, that's it. Selka's wasn't talking about how we need to find husbands before we hit a wall. Kevin Samuels has been having streams about black women, black women being average. Is that right? I wonder why. I wonder why. Y'all notice a lot of these channels are kind of tweaking their narrative a little bit. They watch me. They watch me too. There are many black male YouTubers who take sweet pleasure making a mockery of black women. Yes, there are who's that? Amanda. There are plenty of channels that their whole premise is to make a mockery of black women. This is true. But Amanda, I'm going to tell you, like I tell my daughters, like I tell all of you that are UGC members, the men are not who you don't worry about them. Amanda, men who berate black women, they have a bullseye on their forehead. You see them coming. You know how to get out of their way. You know who you have to worry about, Amanda? Your friends. Your friends. Because your friends will pretend to support you and they feel the same way as these other men that are mocking you. So Amanda, I want you to think about this thing as, I don't get into it's all black men's fault, because the enemy that can do you the most harm is the one who feeds you, Amanda. The one who you call, you ran out of soup or sugar or something like that. You need a jump on your car, and she actually comes. She may come and help you, but not after she told everybody around 10 or 15 people how you didn't have no money for groceries. She's doing your hair and telling other people, that you're a train wreck. She tells you her problems, but she's not sincere. And there are a lot of women like that. There are a lot more women like that than there are men that you will have a relationship with. Most women that you befriend are not your friends. They're not in the true sense. I told y'all before, and I say it again, you don't have, I don't promote the friendship thing. It's not a real thing. It's not a real thing. Women are fair weather. It depends on how you look, how they feel about how you look next to how they look, and it's a constant evaluation. So when women talk about the superficiality of men, they're really talking about themselves, because women are more diabolical, because women will cry with you and hate you. Hello. Women can cry with you. Women can tell you all their business and still set you up. Hello. So it's a whole different thing. It's a whole different thing. Look at how many, well, you don't know, but a lot of women was calling this lady that Dr. Dre was married to for 25 years. Now she's a man. Why is she a man now? Because she might get half of his money? That's really what we're talking about here. The women that calling her a tranny and a man, they're evaluating her worth based on how she looks. They're evaluating whether she deserves 400 million or 5 million based on how she looks. They're doing the same thing that these men in these manosphere channels, or wherever, maybe in real life too, are doing, which is saying that you don't deserve what you think you're worth. They do the same thing. The same thing. She's ugly. A lot of y'all said she's ugly. A lot of y'all said, well, truth is truth. Some women are unattractive, and some women are attractive, some women are ugly, and some women are not. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. I'm like, oh, so how thorough and objective we can be for everyone outside of ourselves. And when I tell you to adopt ugly, I'm clowned as, I'm promoting, I'm the one saying that you should demean yourself, degrade yourself. I'm negative. I'm all of these things, but you can be so objective and so free with the labels for other women. And you don't see any negativity, Selkis, it is what it is. Selkis, I'm just being honest, I'm just saying, I don't mean nothing by it. I'm just being honest. And you can be that for everybody else. You don't stutter when you call another woman unattractive. You actually see the value in being honest. You feel virtuous in being able to be that objective and that honest about somebody else that you're evaluating outside of yourself. But when I say wear ugly on your chest, Selkis, I'm having a hard time, accepting that. Selkis, I'm having a hard time. Give me a minute, I just don't see how that's therapeutic for us to accept. But we can call out another woman with a mouthful of food. We can call another woman ugly and not drop her ice cream. You see the hypocrisy? We can evaluate everybody else honestly. But when it comes down to you, well, Selkis, what do you mean by ugly? Beauty, there is no such thing, because we're all in the image of God. We're all made in the image of God, fearfully and wonderfully made. What does that mean exactly? By whose standards are we judging, Selkis? That's what I hear all the time. When I say call yourself ugly, well, whose standards are we saying that we're ugly? Now you want to know by whose standards. When any other time, if it's anybody else outside of yourself, you can say, well, they ugly. Well, they ugly because I said so. Well, what's the verification? Because I think so. Because I think so. So there it is. There it is. So this woman's looks is coming into play. And some of y'all say, well, it's not really about her. It's about the fact that he chose her. I'm like, if it's about him choosing her, that's his choice to choose her. That's his choice to choose her. You're justifying trying to diminish her worth, or what she's worth, because you have a point to prove about what he chose? What kind of logic is that? What kind of logic is that? I had posted up on my Facebook page about that, and I said, now Dr. Dre's wife is a tranny, and underneath that I said, jealousy is out of style. And I was accused of being triggered by this because of the fact that I shared how I was told or accused of being a tranny myself. I've been misgendered quite a bit. I've been misgendered a lot. So someone accused me of being triggered by being triggered by this, because I'm like, what does how she look have to do with it? Y'all? Some of y'all are miserable. Some of y'all have to really deal with what you're looking at in the mirror. And no amount of insulting anybody else is going to make you feel better about who you are. And if you want to go tit for tat, you can, I guess. If you feel the need to defend yourself, you have a right to defend yourself. There's a need to defend yourself. But this right here with Dr. Dre and his wife isn't about you defending yourself and your self-worth. It's not about that. It's pure jealousy. I mean, that's really all it is. It's pure jealousy. This woman has been quiet for 20. I ain't never seen her do an interview. I ain't never seen her. She just been married. She just been married, dealing with whatever she had to deal with him behind closed doors. Never seen her in a scandal, nobody's face, none of that. Now, I don't know. Maybe when, once, stuff start hashing out, when it comes to money, people get all investigative. So maybe something will come out about her, like, what Jada Pink is going through now with, what's the dude name? He got orange hair. I don't even know what the dude name is. So now she going through some, PR disaster, trying to defend, her marriage with this supposed affair that the guy said his name is August. Okay. And what's that about? I haven't seen any of his interviews, but I'm like, if it is true, it's like, why would you do that? If you claim to love her, why would you out her? Why would you destroy? Not that, I mean, this ain't, 10 years ago, it would have been a real something, but, Jada has the red table talk now. And what Jada's problem is, everything is for a bag, everything is for a coin. So the red table talk is a hustle. The problem with that is her status has been diminished because of it. And I told y'all this before. Once you start, trying to be the regular woman, spilling your guts about how you used to jack off with dildos when you were 9 years old and your mother was on crack and all this kind of stuff, the perception of your status is now diminished. Now you accomplish your goal of being the everyday woman, I guess, if that was the goal. You've accomplished that. You're no longer on a pedestal or held in high esteem, because now you got your business out there. Now you're just regular. So I think that's why all of this stuff is coming out now anyway. because Jada's put other intimate personal things out about her family for views, for coins. It wasn't for popularity. It's like I said, the more someone knows about you, the more comfortable they are around you. It doesn't. There's no value in making people more comfortable with you, because the more comfortable they are with you, the more they disrespect you. So that's what Jada's going through right now. Everybody she screwed gonna come out the woodwork. Yeah, I had her too, and I had her too, and I had her too. Because now she's regular. There's no position to uphold. She's regular because everybody knows her. Familiarity breeds contempt. Have I not said that before, UGC? You said Will Smith doesn't discriminate. I mean, these things are I don't know. There's a lot of rumors, a lot of rumors and stuff like that. These people are people too, and because of social media, we have access to their lives more than we should, I feel. Back in the days, 40s and 50s and 60s, you didn't see stars going to the grocery store and posting up how they depressed and they crying or they on drugs. They handle that behind the scenes because they had an image to protect. They had the PR person write up statements and stuff. They wasn't out here like Terry Crews putting his foot in his mouth every minute on Twitter, messing up their brand and stuff like that, saying things that aren't so intelligent to say. This stuff was held together. All that's all status is, though. That's all status is, though. It's illusion. It's illusion. It's PR. It's not that these celebrities are any smarter than you, or whatever we think they are, gifted and all that kind of stuff. But most of this stuff is held together by PR. But there's no PR anymore because everyone has their own personal Twitter, Instagram, Facebook accounts and stuff. And technology, it gives us access into more of their lives than we need access to. And not just them, the rest of us too. This is everybody. Everybody knows more about you than they need to know. Rumors are not always gossip. They're sometimes true. Whitney Houston and Robin Crawford, anyone. And look what she did. This was supposedly a woman that loved Whitney Houston, and as soon as she died, she waited a couple of years. Now she's doing a tell-all book campaign on the Chitlin circuit, talking about how she fucked Whitney Houston. Like, why do we need to know that? If you loved her and you knew she didn't want nobody to know that, why didn't you just go to the grave with that? Why didn't you just go to the grave with that? If you loved her, these people don't. You see this thing called love? You see this shit called love. These people, I loved her to death. I loved her to death. But you willing to destroy her brand, destroy her legacy. What, to say I licked her clitoris? Everyone needs to know that you licked Whitney Houston's clitoris. Why didn't you do that when she was alive? This is what people that love you do. This is what love does. That guy August or whatever his name is, he say he loved Jada. So what's the point in doing so then what is all of this about? Why out her? If you love her, why try to destroy her? The ego is entangled in it. It's not love. How about that? The ego is entangled in it. It's not love. How many of us are in ego driven relationships that have really nothing to do with love? Nothing at all. So, the argument about Dr. Dre's wife, being a thought in her early years and all of that. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. Um, but 25 years is a long time to see life in a new way, to maybe change your perspective on things. You got to. If you're living 25 years, you got to be a different person. Why aren't women entitled to shift? Men don't allow you to shift. Once you're a thought or whatever you used to do, that's what you are. Thank you for the donation, sis. Whatever you used to do, it doesn't matter if you used to do it. It's what you are. And I find it funny that men do that. Meanwhile, they can come to you saying what they used to do, and it's what they used to do. It's no longer who they are. Men, any of y'all been with dudes that say, back in the days, I used to do this. I used to screw, pump and dump, this and that, abuse, this and that. I hit this woman one time, but I don't do that anymore. I did beat this girl one time, and I did a couple months in prison, but that's behind me now. So men are the only ones entitled to have a past that they don't identify with. They're the only ones entitled to a clean slate. Whereas a woman, if she hit a bump in the road and did a few shady things in her past, that's what she is forever. She's branded that way forever. Where do you guys get off with that logic? That you're the only ones that can put your mistakes behind you, and women cannot. And we have to trust you. On top of most men cannot be trusted to begin. Can we be real? Can we be real? You can't trust men. You can't. And you know this. This is why you have the 90-day rule. Close your legs. Don't do this. Don't do that. This is why your mother gave you the speech when you started cycles and all that kind of stuff. This is why your dad gave you the speech. Why is it your mother gives you the speech about men, your father gives you the speech about men, your pastor gives you the speech about men, your cousins give you a speech about men? Everybody's giving you a speech about men. And they are the ones that can take the moral high road with you. Once a hoe, always a hoe. He could have 5, 6, 10 baby mamas all sprinkled across town and be a changed man. He can be a changed man. And you can't? You can't? Yes, a male YouTuber telling other black men not to make black women stay-at-home moms because they don't deserve it. Oh, Lord. Y'all. Black women don't deserve to be stay-at-home. So who deserves to be So did he say who deserves to be stay-at-home moms? Whoever this is? Whoever this is? He's not attractive and has a lot of nerve. Oh, man. So black women don't deserve to be stay-at-home moms. So what are we supposed to be? We're supposed to be 50-50? We're only qualified for 50-50, I guess? Is that what they're saying? Exoticals. Oh, okay. So only exotic women can stay home. Is that what they're saying out there? Only exotic women have the right to stay home. Lois said 50-50 is a scam. Yeah, 50-50 is a scam. Being a girlfriend is a scam. Have I not said this? On how many live streams have I told y'all this? Being a girlfriend is a scam. Being a girlfriend is a scam. It's a pseudo commitment based on, spitting in your hand and, a handshake. It's a commitment based on a handshake, nothing more. That's all being a girlfriend is. And when he's tired of you and tired of the commitment, he walks away. Sayonara, it's been real. Being a girlfriend is a scam. I don't give no wife benefits until I get that rock. All right. All right. He thinks having his teeth fixed and dressing in suits makes him attractive. Y'all. Let me adjust my hat. Hamburger. Hamburger. Listen. Men are, men are gonna say what you don't deserve. Just like women are gonna say what you don't deserve. I want y'all to know this tonight. Anything these guys say, I would be more inclined. I'd be so inclined to say they learned it from women. Mm-hmm. Anything a lot of these guys say, they learned it from hearing their mamas and their aunties and people like that. Men don't have status without women. There's no clout to be had without women. None. So, when you're thinking about these relationships and, who you should get with and all that kind of stuff, you got to say to yourself, do I want to make this person significant? Do I want to increase him? Because I feel like women increase men. I do. Is that egotistical to say? Perhaps. But I feel like women validate men. Women do. Women do. So you gotta ask yourself, well, the energy I'm bringing to this, does he deserve the pedestal that my energy is gonna build for him? Does he deserve that? If we can increase him emotionally, all the better. Absolutely. Absolutely. Keep the pimp daddy and play him like a fiddle. Pimp daddy. Tupac famously said Dre's gay. As an LGBT male, I can pick up on this. He's been cruel, abusive to his ex and treats women as disposable. Tupac is the epitome of brazen masculinity. He wouldn't lie. I don't know. It's still, it's still speculation. We don't know that for a fact until somebody comes forth and says, yeah, we did that thing. Because there's rumors that what's his name? The one who the dark skinned guy with the bald head who sings, the R&B singer. what is his name? He was in a couple of movies. Oh man, y'all know who Tyrese? They said Tyrese is gay too. Tyrese. There's rumors that he like is sweet. He like buttholes too. So there's a lot of we don't know. We don't we don't know. We don't know. We don't know. I'm just like she's entitled to whatever compensation the maximum the law will give her. Strong face and all, if he got with her because she reminds him of a man in drag, that's that's for him to work out. She's a human being. She's a human being, and whether she's been acting for 20, 24, or 25 years or not, she deserves something. She deserves something. I think Dwayne Wade is living vicariously through his son. Well, who knows? Suckers, you seen that video of muscular men all licking the same lollipop? What? Muscular men all licking the same lollipop? Oh my God. No, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that. Any man that stays in the mirror more than a woman is suspect. They were all licking the same ring pop. Oh, so that's a thing going around. That's some video, hot off the press video. It's on Twitter. Are these black men? Was it an initiation or something? Was it hazing or something? Was it a hazing ritual? What? They just licking lollipops for what? Yes, all shirtless and claim to be straight? Really? Wow. Wow. And they're straight too? Y'all, that's so unsanitary. Sanitary. They don't know COVID-19 in COVID-19 era. We licking the same lollipops as other grown men. Other grown men who lick booties and all that stuff out here. So what was the point? They to prove what? That it's a real brotherhood? Like what was the point? Kay said, y'all making my stomach turn. We can't get a man for nothing. Lord have mercy. I bet these men were burly and strong too. The muscle dudes. The muscle dudes. You got to watch out. If you them real masculine type dudes that, like a lot of things. That like a lot of different things. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. Ooh, I don't want to see that thing. I'm glad I didn't. They thought it would make them sexy. So, did you hear about the trans woman demanding womb transplants? No, but I told y'all a couple months back that was going to be the next step. They've already successfully, though, so they say. It's not even a so they say because there's always more to it. By the time stuff hits the media, they've already advanced in everything that they do by the time we get the information. So they've already implanted successfully, did a womb transplant inside of a woman. So I told y'all once that takes place, anybody who wants a womb, who can afford to buy one, will be able to get one. That's what it is. This is what the blending, gender blending is about. This is what's going on right now. You don't know that the whole concept of being a woman now is being destroyed right before our eyes. Right before our eyes. They've been testing that for years. Yeah, yeah. Once they get the bugs out, get the kinks out, anybody who needs a womb, I told you that they're gonna start off by saying, it's revolutionary technology for women who have had hysterectomies and have who have had their whole uterus taken out. We'll be able to replace their uterus, and it's a good thing. Technology, we're saving, we're restoring women and all that stuff, and that's the gateway. You always need a gateway to this thing. And once the door is open where women can actually buy wombs, anybody who declares himself a woman will be able to buy a womb too. That's what it is. I saw diagrams where they showed how they would implant it in men. They have diagrams. If you maybe Google it, they have all a whole breakdown of how they can implant a womb inside of a man. They have that swimming around. So yeah, that is ovaries, fallopian tubes, menses. Hey, I don't know, or I don't know how they're gonna do all that. I mean, drugs, and more drugs, I guess, to simulate all of that stuff. Just like you could take medication to soften your voice, grow hips, boobs, this, that, and the other. It's not far fetched. It's not far fetched. You can take medication to grow chin hair, and so it's not far fetched. Some of their husbands probably wonder why they can't get pregnant, so they want to keep up the lie. Hmm. Well, now they can change the gender on the birth certificates too, I was told. That's a thing. That's a law they passed. Was it New York? I can't remember where, but you can change your gender on your birth certificate somewhere. I don't know if it's New York. I have to look it up. I can't remember what state it was now, but they can do that. They can do that. Thoughts on black women who was beat by gay black men and two black women in a salon for their unprofessionalism? I don't know. Thoughts on the black woman who was beat by a gay black man and two black women in a salon for their unprofessionalism. I don't have a thought on that. I don't know what to say about that. But that's horrible. That's why I'm not trying to vote them in November. They're going to open up Pandora's box. You better believe it. You better believe it. Somebody asked where they're getting wombs from. Where do you think? There's a lot of people come up missing. China has a big organ trafficking market. China, they sell body parts out there. Okay? They sell body parts out there. Big time. A lot, hundreds of thousands of people come up missing every year. Every year. Michelle was so pretty and very feminine and chocolate. I guess she had enough of Dre in the 80s and 90s. He was beating on her so much she was suicidal. That's terrible. That is terrible. Any woman getting beat on, that's no woman deserves that. None. I don't care what you look like. And I know men will tell you otherwise. Certain women don't look attractive enough for respect or to feel safe. Some of y'all don't understand that you're marked as for these predators because they feel that you are the bottom of the barrel. So they'll pursue you because They don't have any guilt, remorse, shame, empathy, none of those things. They just see you as a piece of meat, as an animal. But the truth about all of that is a lot of men do. A lot of men see women as meat. You're just your body parts. You just go to any of these you go anywhere. Just eavesdrop on any conversation with men talking about women, and they're talking about your body parts, not about you as a person, about whatever object he likes on you. So we're reduced to that. We're reduced to that, and you have to fight that. You have to fight that. You have to insist on being treated as a human being. And I told y'all before that the morality you enjoy in a relationship is the one that you bring. The morality, the respect, the virtue, all those things that you want to enjoy within a relationship are only experienced when you bring it. And that's it. I don't think men really love women. They just love parts of us. I mean, you didn't hear that from me. You didn't hear that from me. But it's something to think about. Once you step into the dark goddess energy, you start to really accept things as they are. You're not really fighting against what people believe. You understand human nature is fixed. There's no way you can guilt somebody into seeing you another way. It's a waste of time. We waste a lot of time trying to convince people to care about us. The dark goddess is like, fuck your couch, nigga. Fuck you. Who are you? You're flesh and blood like me. Who are you? Better than me, where? Where? How? Not when you're in my face. Not when you want something from me. No, you're not better than me and you want something from me. That's not how this goes. The dark goddess isn't envious of anybody else. She understands that she can only be what she is. She can't be anything else. She can't be anything else. And y'all let these men back you into a corner and shame you. Well, someone sent me a comment about was it Atlanta housewife, Phaedra? Is her name Phaedra? Am I saying it right? Phaedra? And the fact that men have something to say about her not having sex before marriage, I think now. They're saying she's too old to, what is she holding out for? She's too old and she's with a simp. It's the same story. It's the same story. So now, at 46, she has 2 kids, single mother. I think is she a doctor or a lawyer or something like that? Single mom, taking care of herself, two children, 46, and she's deciding because her past relationship was so bad, she just wants to take precautions, and she doesn't want to rush into anything, so she's not having sex. And she got dragged for that. Men will say after you hit a certain age, what's the point in waiting? So there's only a certain age group of women who benefit from waiting to have sex. Y'all tell me, is there a certain age group? There's only a certain age group of women that benefit from holding out. Is it a thing where you hold out because you're only entitled to hold out if it's good, if you have something good that you're holding out with? And who evaluates whether it's good or not? How many men have sex with women who are good? Who are good, and they still leave them? Who are good physically, sexually, complying, all of the above, all the check marks, and they still leave them. I applaud her. If she's holding out because she wants to do it the right way, that's great. But they were calling her damaged. They're saying she's holding out, it's a waste of time for any man to wait on her because she's damaged. Damaged? So she's thinking conscientiously, and because she's thinking conscientiously and not emotionally, now she's damaged. If she'd have fucked him on the fourth night, she would be in alignment with what, nature? She would be doing the natural thing that she's supposed to do, doing the natural thing by having sex because she feels her clitoris is jumping and she needs to obey the fluttering in her clitoris. But because she decides, you know what? Let me wait. Let me wait to see if this thing is real, to see if this is going to go anywhere, to see if he's the right one. Now she's damaged because she wants to wait. You see how warped men are? They're thinking? Because if she'd have had sex with him, she'd have been a hoe anyway. So you can't win for losing. She waits, she's delusional, she's damaged. She doesn't wait, she's a whore. She doesn't wait, she's a whore. And because she's over 40, it's like, well, to them it's like, well, you're already half dead. What's the point in holding out? You got one foot in the grave and you holding out for what? You holding out for what? The dark goddess philosophy I frequently reference when interacting with a selfish, narcissistic father. Healing to listen to. Thank you for that. Oh, you listened to my dark goddess video. Y'all need to listen to it. Y'all need to listen to that video. It is profound. Let it play while you're meditating, and you need to put things into perspective. That's a great video, actually. All of y'all need to adopt the dark goddess energy. Some of you are too agreeable, too compliant. That's the problem with us in general. And that's why we're on the bottom too. You're just too compliant. You feel like, the best thing you can do to up your value is to say yes to things that you shouldn't. Oh, he's gonna like me more because, I agree with everything he wants to do and I give him whatever he wants. How does that work? How is that working for you? Has it ever paid off giving someone everything that they wanted? Talk to me. Has it ever have they respected you and loved you anymore because you gave them everything that they wanted? Talk to me. Men will play on your need to be fair, or your need to appear as someone who's fair. They depend on that. They depend on that. You have men. I have men coming at me all the time on this channel. Well, this ain't fair, and it's one-sided, and what's the other thing they say? I forgot the other term they say. But basically, I'm being biased is what I'm accused of here in this channel, which I'm not. Y'all know I'm not. I give fire equally. But they sling that accusation like an insult because they know women care about what men think, generally. And we don't want to seem unfair in their eyes. But meanwhile, they don't require that of their comrades and their brothers when they're in the manosphere talking about issues dealing with us or black families or whatever. It can be one-sided all day long, and nobody says, hey, that's not fair. They don't say that, and they don't require fairness. But when they're talking to you, especially those of you who they think are on the bottom, they expect you to be fair. They expect you to be compliant. And when your narrative is not one where, you know, you're docile and you're just going along to get along, you're afraid of what they think about how you look. They don't really know how to they don't know how to communicate with women like that. It's kind of like, well, what do I say to this chick? I can't say she cute because she don't give a fuck about that. Fairness, what's that? She's just who she is. I can't do nothing with a woman who's just who she is. How can I manipulate you if there's no, where's the soft spot? You saying you're ugly before I get a chance to? So then how the hell am I going to get in? How am I going to position myself as better than you if you already calling yourself ugly from the gate? So you just pulled my trump card. That was my card right there. That was my card right there. You don't took all of my power away from me. Now I gotta actually have something to say. Have something substantive to say to you outside of you cute. This is why I say take it away. This is why I tell y'all take it away. You want to know why? That's why. That's why. Y'all say somebody else on some other channel saying that black women ain't cute enough to be stay-at-home wives. We not cute enough for this. We ain't cute enough to get married. We ain't cute enough to stay at home. We just what? So what is it? And why are these men able to get away with saying all of this? Because we play into that. We get all angry and upset, and we try to prove ourselves. Y'all stop trying to prove yourselves to people who don't like you. Can you do that? Can y'all do that for me? Stop trying to prove yourselves because these men can say these things because they're still fucking you. They're still able to have sex with you. That's how they're able to say all that. Otherwise, where's the clout coming from? If they weren't able to get anything from any of us, then what would be the argument? What would be the point? They get their clout because we want them to recognize us. We want those type of men to acknowledge us. So we have sex with them. We comply with them. We give those men money, tax returns. We have their babies, even though they say they don't like us. We still have babies by them and all kinds of stuff. So they're able to turn around and say, you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. You know how I know you're a piece of shit? Because I fucked you and I told you I didn't like you. So you're a piece of chewing gum on the bottom of my fucking shoe. That's what you are. I told you I don't like women like you, and you still hey, and you still trying to holler. You still trying to get fucked. You still trying to get this dick. So you ain't shit. You know how I know you ain't shit? Because I tell you ugly and you mad about that. I tell you don't look attractive and you mad at me because I said that. That makes what I say automatically relevant. That's why you're a piece of shit. Because I could call you ugly and it affects you. It affects your whole day. It makes you suicidal. It makes you second guess. It makes you depressed. Depressed, uncooperative, delusional, thirsty. That's why you're a piece of shit. Because you care about me and I don't give a fuck about you. That's why you're a piece of shit. Hello? Where would they be if they weren't able to get in between your knees? What would the conversation be like? If they were not able to get in between your knees, they wouldn't be able to chat up for 2 and 3 hours about how they hate you if they weren't getting in between your knees. That's what's fueling all of this conversation. I need for y'all to know that. That is what's fueling these lengthy dissertations that these men have about what you're not entitled to. Because he can access you anyway. He can access you without giving you anything but a promise. Not even a promise ring, but a promise and a we'll see and a, you know, let's see what the spring holds. Next winter, you know, something might go down next winter. Let's just see. Hold on to that hope. And in a year's time, we'll revisit this. And if you earned your keep, if you've proven to me that you're the best woman for the job, then I might bump you up. I might bump you up in the line. You might go from a 5 or a 6 to a 3 if you show me that you're the one. And meanwhile, you're giving them all that you got, all the best that you got. You're giving everything. You ain't leaving nothing on the table. You're giving it all while you're waiting. All for him to say, you're black women, your status, you don't have any status. You don't have any. Why don't we have any status? Because we'll fuck you for free? Because we don't require you to actually care about us? We believe in your hypothetical? Is that why we're not housewife material? Because we put the cart before the horse? Why are we disqualified? Why are we disqualified and all these other whores out here aren't? How many of you little nigglets are running behind women who never wanted you? How many of you little nigglets running behind these chicks and catching cases out here all day long? Child support cases, all kinds of cases. Because you running behind women who are only there for the bag. Meanwhile, the women that'll change your little diaper, in case you have loose bowels and you can't make it to the bathroom on time, she care about you a little bit more, at least to wipe the shit. If you shit on the floor, she'll wipe it up after you. You play the field, and then when you get sick, the same holes you chase leave you. Hello? The same holes that you chase, that you put above other women that you degrade, they leave you. They fuck your friends. They finally admit that, I was, this was just a contract right here. Oh, you thought this was, this was a situation. This was a contractual situation. There's a lot of you guys that experience that. Vis-a-vis MGTOW. Hello? Vis-a-vis MGTOW. So what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Y'all stop being so nice. Don't be nice to a fault. People should earn the nice side of you. They should earn it. It should be earned. And I'm not saying you have to be crass or, walking around like a stark raving bitch, anything like that. When I say nice, I'm talking about your compliance more so than an attitude. Because you want to be personable, you want to be likable, but compliant. Someone should have to earn your compliance. We need to want more. We need to require more. We need to require more. And I know it's hard for some of y'all to do that because you got the kids, you're single moms, and you're black. A lot of you are nigger girls, and all your life you've been told that your little nappy-headed nigger girl is supposed to take what she gets. You're just supposed to, these crumbs are for you. Annie Mae, eat the cake, Annie Mae. These crumbs are for you. And we got to deprogram ourselves from all of that. Because all of this conversation we're having is about status. None of you should be clowning another woman's looks. And if you find yourself doing that, check yourself on that. Really. And you know how you check yourself on that? Go to your bathroom mirror. Just go to your bathroom mirror. And the same way you honestly evaluate, you gift people with honest evaluation of what you think they're worth. Do that for yourself. An honest evaluation of self. That's how you ground yourself. That's how you check yourself. When you feel yourself getting, too out there above and who this and who deserve that, go to your mirror. Go to your mirror and have a conversation with yourself. We don't have time for this competition thing that we got going on. It's not beneficial. It doesn't work. It doesn't pan out in the end. It doesn't. You wind up being used. When you can't be objective about yourself, guess what happens, lady? You wind up being used. So that, keep that same energy. That same energy you have for Dr. Dre's wife, you're calling her a tranny and whoever else you feel is a little strong in the face. Keep that same energy for yourself. That's all I want you to do. That's all I want you to do. If you enjoy being that truthful, you will benefit more from being that truthful with yourself. Period. Dude told me I was in a predicament because I'm single and divorced. Predicament? I'm divorced, not disease. Disordered. Divorced is what I am. He said you're in a predicament. I mean, that's what they say. They'll say you washed up. They'll say you washed up while they pulling on their scrotum, while they're unzipping their pants. They'll call you washed up while they're unzipping their pants and calling you over like this. That's what they do. That's what they do. They expect the dark-skinned kid to be maid, cook, helper. The dude on that spray show said when they at the movies, the dark-skinned girl will jump up and go buy popcorn and soda while he sits. What? So the dark-skinned girl is the maid and the cook and the helper? It's a status thing. It's a status thing. The dark skinned girl is a maid, the cook, and the helper, and a lot of black women don't want to look like maids and cooks and helpers. So, we do things to make sure that we don't look we don't look like field hands too. We try to distance ourselves from that look also. So it is what it is. It is what it is. I saw that he said when he's with a girl, he buys her popcorn and snack. Hmm. Y'all are too compliant. Y'all are scared of men. And this is why you get nothing. This is why you get used. This is why you can't defend yourself and you can't keep your mind on your agenda, your bottom line, because you're afraid of what he might think when he's there for himself. When he's only there for himself first. This is dark goddess energy. When men are in your face, they're there for what they're concerned about first. And if you happen to get any enjoyment about what he's there to get, then that's a bonus. That's not a goal. That's a bonus, not a goal. And y'all need to know that. Y'all need to know that. Advice on how to be more assertive. Oh, I guess the short answer to that would be to stop being afraid to be perfect in someone else's eyes. Your lack of assertiveness is you trying to control the narrative about how someone else sees you. And you can't do that. You can give everything and they don't respect you. You can give nothing and they don't respect you. You can give everything and they like you a little bit, and you could give everything and they loathe you. You can't control how someone else sees you. And for many of us, that's our first goal. That's our first goal. And while it's useful to be persuasive, it has to be under the umbrella of you being fulfilled first. So you got to get out of, us as women got to get away from this thing called perfection, trying to be perfect, trying not to make a mistake, trying to be compliant over being conscientious. You want to be liked, so you'll say yes to things that you know aren't safe, aren't good, haven't been earned, because your goal is to be liked. Stop trying to be liked. I told y'all before, dating and the whole dating thing is not about being liked. That's not the goal, but it's the goal for many of you. This is why you press yourselves to, look a certain way. I want to look attractive for him. I want him to like me. Dark goddesses are not, that's not the goal. It's not, because they don't like you. They want what they want first. It's not about a liking you. It's a what can I get from you? And this is what all these men want. Whether they like you or not, their goal is to get something from you, preferably for free. For free or little or nothing, or if I can get something and not lose anything in the process of gaining that, then I win. So the goal is not for him to like you. You assert yourself when you arrest this need to be desired and liked by men. This is why UGC exists. This is the foundation. This is the principles of the Ugly Girls Club. We waste time. We waste money. We waste our bodies trying to be liked by men who don't like us. Who don't like us. Dare I say that it's not only the men you know who don't like you, it's all men at first. And if you approach it like that, like, I know he doesn't like me. If you put that narrative in your head, it will relax you. Because if you suspect that somebody doesn't like you, then what's the goal? Am I trying, if I already know, I've come to the conclusion, he don't really like me, then there's nothing to prove. There's nothing to prove. We get caught up trying to prove things to people and who we're not sure have any feelings whatsoever that are favorable to us. Your role as a woman is to find out. That's your goal for dating. Find out what he wants and what he's willing to sacrifice to get it. And in the midst of that, are y'all compatible? A little bit compatible. I mean, that's it. 144 nosy people. Yes, y'all like up the stream. Like it up, like it up. I gotta get off anyway. I done been on here a little long and I have to get some rest. But I didn't want to go to sleep without addressing this because it bothered me, the comments that I was getting about Dr. Dre's wife and how she looked. It bothered me because I'm like, this means that a lot of y'all are not getting this. A lot of y'all are still, you're not getting this and you're not really facing your own mirror. You're not really facing your own mirror. The same way you evaluate this woman and say she's not worth the $400 million that she might get because she looks like a man, is the same way these other men, the men that you date, the men that you're sitting across the table from when he's ordering you a burger and hoping that you don't ask for extra ketchup because he doesn't like the way you look. It's the same thing. He's looking at you like you're not worth the extra ketchup you might ask for this burger. I hope you don't ask for it because the way you look, you really only deserve half the sandwich. The way your face is set up, you really, truth be told, a sweet tea and an appetizer is really all you should be getting. So while you're calling this woman strong jaw or whatever it is, strong in the face, a man and all that stuff, understand that the most men that you fucked are saying you're not worth the condiments for the fucking burger that he ordered for you. You ain't worth the extra guacamole that you ordered. Just understand that. You're pointing the finger and at the same time saying these men only like exotic women. These men are supposedly superficial, and they lack depth. They can't see you for who you really are. When any chance you get, you're crying down another woman and how she looks. Every chance you get to berate another woman, you take it. What this whole thing is about with Dr. Dre's wife is that you don't think she's attractive enough to get half his money. Clowns. Idiots. And then you want to cry on somebody's shoulder about how somebody's done you wrong too. Loser. You see how we this is why it's hard for me to go all the way to the left with y'all, because we're hypocrites. We hypocrites. We talk about these men, and at the same time you calling somebody too ugly to get what they want. You're too ugly to pursue your dreams. You're too ugly to want this. Women say this. Women say this. There it is. There it is. So UGC, to go ahead and put a cap on this thing. Too ugly to live. Pretty much. But to put a cap on this thing, listen, do not entertain. I mean, this is hot news right now. Everybody's doing their big contemplations about what might have happened in their relationship, if he beat her, if she's a man, if she's gonna get the $400 million, she's gonna fight it up afterwards. Everybody's waiting to see, because we like tragedy, we like suffering, we like to see other people suffer. Y'all are sadists. Y'all gotta accept that. You don't like to see happiness. You like to see suffering. So we're tuning in like a soap opera, hoping that the girl doesn't get the $400 million or whatever it is. Hoping we see her crying, or I don't know what we're hoping for, but that's what we're hoping for. And if that doesn't benefit us, because at the end of the day, she could leave Dr. Dre and get somebody within his status as soon as the ink dries. And meanwhile, you're here talking about how she looked like a dude, and ain't nobody picking up the phone to call you. Your phone ain't ringing. So what you need to focus on is how can I shift my perspective so that this phone can start ringing for me? Because me calling someone else ugly doesn't make me cute, right? You calling someone else strong face or a man or whatever it is, ain't gonna make you no cuter. So we don't play those games. We don't play those games. You do that, and the man you lay down with this weekend is only there because he wants some 4th of July frankfurters. He know he could come to your house for some hot dog buns and some turkey burgers. So he gonna lay up with you and pretend like y'all in a relationship, and he don't like the way you look. That ain't a game we can play. That ain't a game you want to play. You want to be an observer, UGC. Observer. I'm not passing judgment on nothing that don't affect me and my bottom line and my bank account. I ain't got nothing to say about nothing that don't put zeros in my account. That's how you need to be, UGC. These men are gonna say that you only fit to be a maid and all that kind of stuff. That's okay, because you call this woman a man anyway. So we all got opinions out here. You call Dr. Dre's wife a man, and because you think she don't deserve the $400 million. So what's the difference? What's the difference? Hello? There's no difference. So what we gotta do is harness our energy. We gotta ball it up and stop leaking it out everywhere. Having opinions about women we can't fucking compete with. You're not competing with her. She gonna be up regardless. You can't compete with her. So we don't have an opinion about women we don't compete with women who are not in our realm. And even if they are in our realm, the bottom line is I gotta do me. I gotta do me. I gotta be the best me I can be at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, I gotta look at myself in the mirror. I got to look at me in the mirror. And that's it. Well, they're always wishing we don't get no money as black women. My phone ringing. I don't side with Becky's. I don't sleep with nobody. I'm not for either Dre or Karen. I'm not for either. Let's be clear about that. I'm not for either. This live. The purpose of this live is because people turned the comments I made about what she was entitled to into a thing about how she looked. And I'm like, why are you doing that when you're not a 10? Somebody make that make sense to me. Why are you doing that when you worried about how you look? When you ain't sure if the dude you with like you. It's no point to that. So it's not about worrying or taking sides. I'm not taking nobody's sides. I'm defending her right to be entitled to what it is she wants, separate from how she looks. And I defended an old girl, was it a couple of weeks ago, when she went through what she went through, talking about she wanted a dude that was a hustler, somebody who wasn't a 9-to-5, B Simone. I defended her too. Her right, not her as a person, I don't know her as a person, but her right to claim what she expects, I'll defend that right, no matter what you look like. And people are calling her bad body build, swole face, fucked up teeth, all kind of stuff too. We don't win. We don't win. When are you pretty enough to be entitled to what you want? How pretty do you have to be to get respect, love, admiration, safety? You got to be pretty for those things. You got to be a 10, 9, 8, 7 to expect those things. That's outside of that, if you're not a 7, 8, 9, or 10, then you're subhuman. Then you're on the level of an animal, and not even an animal, because dogs get treated better than some people. Dog get 3 meals a day and kisses and hugs. A dog can get that. So we less than a dog out here because we're not 7, 8, 9, and 10s. We have to stop that. We have to stop all that. Beauty is a bad investment long term. I mean, pretty much. Pretty much. It has an expiration date. It has no matter how well kept you are. No matter how well kept you are. No offense, I'm okay, cute enough. I don't get called bad looking too much. IDC, what is IDC? What they say? I don't care what they say. You can't offend me. This channel is UGC, and you're here because you resonate with the message, and you need the tutelage. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here rocking with me for almost 2 hours. So how cute you are, I don't know, but the message obviously applies. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here in the midst of what it is I'm talking about. So you here because you need it too, cute or not. I think black women are saying the black men have all kinds of standards when it comes to black women, but white women, they don't have the same standards. And what's the standards that they have with black women that they don't have with white women? What are these standards? What are these standards? Because I hear that argument all the time, and I'm like, what is that about? What is that about? The black women are hypocrites. When you see these black girls swirling, everybody, woo, any black woman that swirls, they got 1 million subscribers, 1 million followers, all kinds of support. Nobody calls them self-hating. There's nothing going on, race traders, nothing like that. At least women don't. Women hand clap and support them. You go, girl, you got one. You got one. And the dudes don't be all that successful. A lot of these dudes don't be all that successful. A lot of these dudes that these black girls, these white dudes that these black girls get with, they be struggling it up. They be struggle brads. So, you know, if we're gonna accuse black men of having low requirements when they cross over, black women can be accused of the same thing. The same thing. So let's not go there. There's a lot of struggle white boys out here with black girls. And you comply and you work with him, and you know, because you got somebody you feel, well, you know, he loves me for me. He can't give you shit, but he loves you for you. Y'all, please. I don't trust any man or woman that allows their mind to be colonized at their big age. You can date whoever, but don't put them over your own people and yourself. I mean, the point is you can. You know, ain't nobody stopping anybody. I say love who you love. It's okay. I'm very supportive when it comes to that. You're just not going to tell me what I'm supposed to love. That's where we cross the line. That's where the line in the sand, we draw the line in the sand where you insist that I need to think a certain way because you see me as a mammy too. Because that's what these hoes come here doing too. You little cum guzzling hoes, you little Jewish dick suckers come to my channel saying, well, you know, they don't like you, Salkin. They don't like anybody like you. So you know you need to go ahead and get you a Brad. And stop pandering and doing the pick me thing for these dudes because they don't love you. That's where I draw the line. You can't tell me what I'm entitled to. You can't tell me what my chances are of anything. You can't do that. You can't do that. And if you have enough time to come to my channel and tell me that I'm too much of a mammy look, I have too much of a mammy look to get a black guy, then that means you ain't happy with what you got. You got too much time on your hands to be here and watch me for an hour talk about something that's supposedly unrelated to you. To turn around and tell me that I don't have a chance for what it is that I like? Girl, bye. Go back, find your Brad and go suck his dick like you know he like. Don't talk to me about what I can't have because you think I'm unattractive too. See, that's that bullshit. Chicks stay with the bullshit. This is why I don't sway one way or the other. Because as a black woman and as a dark-skinned woman, I done heard it all. 360 degrees. I heard it all from all sides. Bullshit comes from all sides. All sides. Allies, where? Where are they? Where are they? I'm telling y'all don't have it. The best you got is a fair weather friend. The best you got is a fair weather friend. Mammy's code for black and ugly. That's what that is. They can't come out and say that because it'd be too obvious, so they call you a mammy. Why? Because I like what I am. Because I actually like black because, you know, I'm black and I like black and I got to be a mammy for that? How, Sway? How? It is what it is. It's best, no matter his race, to keep legs, mouth, buttholes closed. Keep all the holes closed. Every hole, even your eyeballs too. Eyeballs, nostrils, eardrums, all holes. All of them. And that's it. You might have one or a few good friends. Okay. All right. So listen, y'all. I think we've come to the end of this live. Can y'all like up the stream, please? Help a sister out. Give me some likes. Suck is Tyrese. I mean, that's what I heard, but you know, I don't know. I heard Tyrese, you know. I don't know. You know, I love me some Tyrese. I loved me some him. You know, a lot of these celebrities, you hear things. How much of it is true or not? We don't know. We don't know. Thank you, Free. Y'all like up the stream, please. Regarding having no allies, you are so right about that. I've been having personal revelations regarding people I assume were allies. You know, who's that? Sam? And I hope that other people, other sisters, you know, get that revelation too. Come to some perspective on this thing. You can love people, but you don't own them. You don't really own them. You don't own them and they don't own you. That's the beauty of it. As long as you keep it like that, you're like, okay, you know, anything's possible here. Especially with girlfriends. Anything's possible. Anything's possible with lovers. Look at what Jade is going through with this dude that's trashing her now on social media. And I'm sure he told her that he loved her at one time. This is what lovers do. This is what friends do. When they feel slighted, disgruntled, when they don't get their way, that's when everyone shows their true colors. Y'all see examples of this all the time. You don't know what kind of friend you have until you tell them no. You don't know what kind of friend you have until you tell them no. And that's real. That's real. You are an island unto yourself. That's right. Game of Thrones have the best quotes about embracing the shadow self. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. So y'all, I hope this live has put some stuff into perspective for you about how to evaluate what you're seeing in the media with these celebrities, with women in general. You know, these narratives about who's entitled to what. Please, y'all, don't get caught up in that, because the criticisms you give are the criticisms you get. The criticisms that you're giving these women, saying who you think is entitled to what, you have to understand that you're experiencing that on a daily basis, and you're calling foul on people who don't evaluate you fairly. But you're not giving anybody else a reprieve. We're not in a position where we can enjoy doing that, where we get any headway doing that. We tell on ourselves. We make our own selves targets when we do that. We do. So we gotta let go of all that. We have to let go of all of that. UGC, if you are an ugly girl, you have to look deeper than the fucking surface with people. That's anybody. Stop being a surface bitch like these other women are. You have to look deeper than that. You have to. Your whole fucking life is a read of the necessity of looking deeper than the surface. Don't get caught up in surface evaluations of people. No matter if you find them attractive or not. There's the same person you saying ain't good enough. You got 10 other people telling you not. On a daily fucking basis. A daily basis. Y'all come to me, this one said this and that one said that. And I'm like, okay, well, what you gonna do with all of that? Well, how are you gonna negotiate for what you want at the end of the day? You coming to me and you're panicking because you believe them. Because you believe them, because you haven't truly divested yet, and you have to die. You have to cut the cord on this shit, so that these men who trying to get clout off of your grief, these fucking men are getting clout off of your grief. You have to cut the cord, cut their fucking supply. You have to cut their supply. Stop chasing what you can't be. Stop chasing people who don't want to invite you into their clubs, into their parties, into their circles. Stop chasing that. That's how you build your own self up. Like, no, that ain't that your thing. I gotta beg you to be in there. No, no, thank you. No, no, thank you. No, thank you. Don't beg nobody for acceptance and attention and love. Don't beg nobody. You can't beg for those things any fucking way. Pity is all you get when you beg. And begging takes on many forms. We call it arguing. Being angry is a form of begging. Showing people that you're mad at about what they think is a form of begging. You're supposed to tuck yourself in and don't lose no sleep off of what nobody think. No sleep. You up all night worrying about shit you can't change, about people who didn't care from you from the start, who just didn't reveal that they didn't give a shit about you until you did something they didn't like. But they didn't care about you from the beginning. You don't lose no sleep over nobody. We don't beg you, GC. We don't beg. All right, y'all. So I thank y'all for rocking with me for this 2 hours. In my new abode. This garage is hot as hell. So I'm gonna get upstairs. And if y'all need coaching session, any private consulting services, if you got issues that you want a second ear for, somebody to help you navigate through some tough choices, and you can't go to your mother, and you don't trust your friends, and you don't think anybody around you is intelligent enough to give you an objective answer, then I am your girl. I'm the one that you call when you need an objective answer, something that's intelligent, emotionally mature, and precise. I'm here. I'm here. So it is what it is. All right, y'all. TheUglyGirlsClub.com. Subscribe. Go to my art site. Pick up. Order something. A pretty painting. Pretty black girl. ILoveHerArt.com. You can cash at me if you want to send a donation. All donations are welcome. Cash app Salkis Ray, SALKISRE. And yeah, what else? And email me, info@theUglyGirlsClub.com. If you have a question about the coaching programs or whatever situation you're going through and you want to know if I can help you, send an email, info@theUglyGirlsClub.com. And yeah, that's how you get to me. All right. So with that being said, y'all have a good night. Y'all need to send something because she gave out some gems tonight. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Tired and all, I came on here to feed y'all. I could not go to sleep without doing this live. So I sacrificed sleep to get on here because I needed to get in y'all ear. So Cash App is welcome. All right, y'all. So I'm out of here for real this time. All right, be well. And I'll see y'all maybe tomorrow. I'll see. All right. Peace.